It's up. We out here twigging for my Twitters. What's up with you, man? It's your boy West Coast. How's everybody doing, man?
Hey, we living righteous, man.
And I'm on
Hey,
my way home from Vegas.
so
Say what?
now I said I talked to Wes. I talked to landlord earlier about his feelings about it. I never got your opinion. How do you feel about the acquisition of Brandin Cooks?
Well, shoot, man. Hey, can you do me a favor first before I do that?
What's that?
Can you go on my page and shout out some people that's helping me pay the bills real quick?
Sure, you know I got you, man. You live on our channels, ain't you?
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube.
All right, give me 1 second. I got you, brother. I know you drive. You know we streaming and driving responsibly.
Facts.
All right. So I got you pulled up on Facebook, man. Boom. Hold up. I'm trying to see where you at on Facebook. Are you live on Facebook, brother? I don't see you live on Facebook, brother.
It should be.
Let me see. I know you're live on YouTube. Yeah, you're live on YouTube. You got 30 folks watching over here. All right, so hey, Richard Evans is tapping in over here at with West Coast Cowboy. Dooley the Bully, 916 tapping in from Sacramento, man. King G, Mike DC Folel, OAT, Tony Poyoha, Big Flocker 91, Cowboys fan 95, Who Mac Jones. Yeah, so you got some people over here showing you love, man. Aaron Levitt. I see you tapping in with my brother West Coast, man. Salute to you, love, appreciate you for the support, man. So yeah.
All right, well, shoot, man, let's get to it. I think I tried to. I think I restarted it on Facebook and then started it. If it pop up, it didn't, praise God. If not, we'll just be live where we lay. Oh, there we go. We is live. There we go. We live.
I see it too, man.
All right, let's get it, man. What's up with you, man? It's your boy West Coast, man, coming live and direct on my way home from Las Vegas, man. Went out here to see my nephew play in this 7-on-7 tournament. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, man, just get away for a little bit, man. But man, it's crazy, bro. As soon as it always seems like as soon as I dip off, the Cowboys want to do some crazy stuff, man. Like I think that's the secret recipe from going forward as far as us getting deals done and stuff like that. The West Coast just got to take off somewhere and just dip for a little bit, and Cowboys get something done. You feel me?
Hey, there's gonna be the strategy going forward for the rest of the time we doing this. So like every off season, I need you to take a trip.
Facts. And to be honest with you, I need to start leaving right before, like, if free agency start on the field. Hey, turn the music down just a little bit if you can. If free agency start on the 13th, I need to leave around like the 12th, around the 10th, so we can get out there. But yo, man, I like this trade, man. I was literally just sitting up here thinking, like, the Cowboys traded 2 fifth-round picks and a 6th and got Gilmore and freaking Brandin Cooks.
Mm-hmm. Got 2 starting number players.
That's pretty dope.
I think
and if I'm not mistaken, 2 of those picks were compensatory picks. Picks that you got because you lost other players. You know what I'm saying? So the Cowboys are definitely doing things that make a ton of sense. And if you're a Cowboys fan, this is a good time. This is what a time to be alive.
Yeah, thank God.
I think this is. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, man, like we've been talking about the Dallas Cowboys just making the simple moves. Like we weren't asking them to go out and try and trade for Jamar Chase or nothing crazy. We didn't ask them to do that. We just asked them to go out and get a player that was better than what we had, and they did that on both sides of the ball. They went out and got Stephon Gilmore, who was easily better than everybody else that ran out there and played quarterback 2 for you last year. And they brought in Brandin Cooks, who for majority of his career was the number 1 receiver. So, you really can't ask for more than that, man.
Absolutely. And, I was always, my thing. Listen, I know some people don't like the trade just because his name is not DeAndre Hopkins. But I'm going to tell you this right here. As much as I made content on DeAndre Hopkins, I kept telling you guys a lot of times, man, when there's a lot of noise, there's no action. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys like to use that sleight of hand where they'll use one person to kind of throw off their minds. Because my thing is this: they've been leaking every single thing that you imaginable about Odell Beckham.
Mm-hmm. You still there, Wes? We lost audio on Wes. Can you hear me, Wes? Because he is traveling, so West Coast goes in and out. It's because of his service. He is traveling on that road, so we're gonna keep Wes on here till he come back in.
Hey,
there you go. I can hear him.
Can
now.
you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, you know what it is? No, it wasn't even my service. I know. I realized when I have this thing up, I can't close my screen, so it's all good. That was my fault. But hey, what was the last thing you heard me say?
Cause you were talking about sleight of hand, like things didn't get done. We were hearing too.
Yeah. What I was saying is, like, isn't it crazy how the Dallas Cowboys leaked everything imaginable about Odell Beckham, but you didn't hear about Brandin Cooks until this morning when it actually happened? So it's like, for Cowboy fans, we can just overlook that, or we could actually stop and take a look at it. You know what I'm saying? So instead of overlooking that point, how about we stop and take a look at it for a minute? So what does this mean? This means that the Dallas Cowboys do put out information that has nothing to do with what they're actually doing. Mm-hmm. Like the Cowboys for a reason, because think about this. It takes more than a day to try to trade a player, man. There's a whole lot of stuff that's involved in trying to trade a player. And the Cowboys have been trying to trade for Brandin Cooks probably for the last 3 to 4 days, and we heard nothing about it. Even though you heard about Odell Beckham, even though you heard about DeAndre Hopkins this, DeAndre Hopkins that. And I'm going to keep it real. If you watch my content and you watch HCM's content, because we go live so often, you already know what we've been saying. It's like, man, typically with the Cowboys, when there's a lot of words, there's no actions. There's no actions. And that's why I kept saying, like, I would love to get DeAndre Hopkins, but if you had to ask me, I don't think the Cowboys are going to trade for it.
Right. And listen, it made sense. Like, and look, I believe you when you say that they leak things that they want, that they want for us for a throw off. Because remember, like, this is exactly what they said they wanted on a deal for a wide receiver, and that's actually what occurred. They said that yesterday. They said it like 2 days ago. They said it yesterday that they wanted a good deal on a wide receiver. So you know what? I do think that they leaked some names that they were supposedly involved with, and then they used the other information that's leaked to the media to publicly negotiate. Because I think I think that the Texans might have been asking for more than what they actually got. And the Cowboys released that information publicly. Like, yeah, we would rather give up a late round pick and get a player. We're not gonna give up a high pick and pay a player. And that's really what they did. Like they gave him a late round pick, and then the Texans paid for part of his salary to come to Dallas.
And think about this too. And this whole time, Cowboy Nation thought they were talking about DeAndre Hopkins, and they was actually talking to the Houston Texans.
Exactly.
This whole time, because people think about this. When you put that trade up against DeAndre Hopkins, it doesn't make sense. That trade is definitely a lopsided in the Cowboys' favor. But when you put it on Brandin Cooks, you're like, okay, it makes sense now.
Right. Hold on.
So it's like the Cowboys.
No, I was just gonna say one second. Dylan Matthew Greer, he said, I don't know why y'all getting excited about an injury prone. Well, this is the thing, right? Brandin Cooks, y'all keep saying that Brandin Cooks is injury prone. But how many games has he actually missed? Like, he only missed 4 games last year, and part of that was him holding out. The year before, he played 16 games. The year before, he played 15. Year before, 14. Year before, 16. Year before, 16. Like, he played 16. He played 16 games. That man played 16 games 4 straight years. Like, he really doesn't miss that much time. Like, he has a concussion issue. Like, he been concussed a couple of times, but he's not injury prone. So I need y'all to stop running with these crazy narratives. Also, when you look,
that's not even. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. Also, when you just look at overall production, like, he has almost the same production as an Odell Beckham the last 2 seasons as Odell Beckham had in the last 5 years. If you're comparing numbers, like, Odell Beckham is the guy that tears his damn ACL every other year. But y'all are praying on y'all knees, begging him to go get him. So I don't understand what y'all problem is. Like all this fault. So like this dude runs a 4.3. Right, he was a number one receiver. He was good enough to be a number one for Tom Brady. He was good enough to be a number one for Drew Brees. He was good enough to be the number one for the Rams when they went to their first Super Bowl. So why the hell is it a problem for the Dallas Cowboys?
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. And I'm gonna tell you this right here too. You know, you got to see it like this. Everywhere that Brandin Cooks has gotten traded to, it's been teams that want him. Like, we want him. We're trading because we want him. The Rams traded because they wanted him. New England traded because they wanted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are teams that are going out and looking for his skill set and bringing him in because he possesses that skill set. Like this is to be honest with you, he's by no means a Deshaun Jackson, but he's Deshaun Jackson-esque.
Exactly.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. Brandin Cooks healthy is going to get you 1,000 yards. And I'm going to tell you this right here. This is also good enough. He's also good enough to make it clear that Michael Gallup is not your number 2 wide receiver. So what does that do for Michael Gallup? Michael Gallup now knows that he's on a 1-year contract. Because, bro, we about to pay you $11 million, and if you don't outplay Brandin Cooks, you will not be here. Because we will be signing CeeDee Lamb the very next year. So you also put pressure on Michael Gallup now, the boy from Colorado. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we draft a receiver from Colorado. We should have done better. But we did. But I digress. What the hell is Colorado? Like, come on, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Whatever.
Yeah, I know, right? But man, let's look at the numbers of the production. Like, if you actually look, Brandin Cooks had damn near the same year as a DeAndre Hopkins, right? The numbers were he had a couple more yards in a few less games, but Brandin Cooks didn't want to be a Texan. He didn't even want to be a Texan, and he still put up respectable numbers. Matter of fact, you remember what my key thing is with player acquisition. As long as they are better than what we got, you can come on in. You better than Noah Brown, come on down. That's what I said. And he's better than Noah Brown. Playing less games.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, Brandin Cooks now allows you to literally, I'm going to tell you this right here. Because of Brandin Cooks, Michael Gallup is going to get big plays now. You know I talk on Michael Gallup, but he's going to get big plays because bro, Michael Gallup is for sure going to, every time he steps on the field with CeeDee Lamb and Brandin Cooks, he is going to have their third best corner on them. There's no way in hell you're putting your second best corner on freaking, first off, right out the gate, no matter what the matchup is, you're going to put the fastest corner that can move with him, or you're going to hang a safety over a healthy Brandin Cooks. Or he's going to torch you at least one time if you throw it. And I'm going to tell you this right here. We can talk about Brandin Cooks all day, but listen to me. Brandin Cooks, I don't want to bring up Zeke. I'm not going to bring up Zeke. Don't bring up Zeke, West Coast. Don't bring up Zeke. Don't bring up Zeke. Let it go, West Coast. All right, so listen to me. If the Dallas Cowboys had Zeke with this type of dude on play action, it'd be ridiculous, bro. We have to get the run game cracking. Because if you go look at his highlights, 90% of his big plays are on play action. The defense thinks you're running, and he's running right past dude. And guess what they do? Dak gonna have to learn to just let it go, bruh. Brandin Cooks is not a, I see you open, go throw it. No. Brandin Cooks is a throw that motherfucker and let him go get it. You're going to have to trust that Brandin Cooks is just flat out faster and better than the corner that's on him.
Well, hey, I'm going to say this, though. Like, Dak Prescott has done that before with Bryce Butler. And Bryce Butler is the last, true 4-3 guy that he has played with. Like, you can't even count Tavon Austin because they didn't even ask him to run routes like that. But, when Dak Prescott has rapport with you and you are a downfield threat, he'll throw you the ball. He'll throw you the ball. But, we have not really had that much speed. And, that's why I'm glad that we got Brandin Cooks. Because, they had, listen, me and you were begging them to play Tony Pollard wide receiver because of his speed and his ability to stretch the field. They did not do so. So, now that we do got Brandin Cooks, we have a much faster wide receiving core, right? You now have, Brandin Cooks, who's a 4-3 guy. You now have Tony Pollard, who ran a 4.3 his pro day. You now have Kevontae Turpin, who is allegedly a 4.2 guy. You now have Jalen Tolbert, if he can ever get on the field, who also runs a 4.4. So you are much faster at wide receiver now with this one acquisition. Much faster.
Yeah, and man, I'm gonna tell you this right here. This is a dynamic that the Cowboys. Because I'm gonna tell you, even when you have Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup, that was really not as dynamic as this offensive wide receiver core could be. Because for the most part, they do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really have no guy out of those threes that's really gonna run by nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really what the Cowboys have always needed. I say that your wide receiver room needs to be your wide receiver room needs to be like an NBA starting five. Like, they're all really good guys, but they're all different dudes. Like, you got a 5'10" dude that's all he gonna do is distribute the rock. You got a 6'6" guy, all he gonna do is shoot. You got a 7'1", 2" dude, all he gonna do is get rebounds. You got other dudes that's like 6'11". They're gonna run it up and down the floor. Like, that's what you want, bro. You don't want a team full of 7'1" dudes. That's not how the NBA feels. You want 5 guys that all do 5 things differently, and that's what a wide receiving core. I never understood why it made sense for the Dallas Cowboys to get the same dude over and over. Like, that didn't make any sense. Like, if that guy's not getting open, that guy's not gonna get open. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, when you don't have speed at the wide receiver position, you cannot play match-up football. You can't, bruh. You can't.
Right. And Scott Simpkins, he didn't say that Cooper didn't run by people, but that's a rarity.
Amari Cooper's not running by nobody, bruh. That's not his game, bruh. Amari Cooper is a route runner. Yeah, he's not running past you, bruh.
Yeah,
I can send you a video right now.
No, I'm gonna say he'll hit on a go ball now and then, but no, that's not his real game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like Amari
Cooper
is the guy that leads your ankles at the 10-yard line. That's Amari Cooper.
Like, think about this. Amari Cooper's most memorable play where he won us that game versus the Eagles was on a slant route. And literally, remember, the corner jumped it, tipped it, Amari Cooper caught it and just ran straight. That was almost an interception, but we're not here to talk about that. Can you hear me?
That's it. Yeah. Hey, Lord Jr. said Cooper is a cutter.
Cooper.
Cooper will in breaking routes, man. Yeah. And listen, you could pull film. I'm sure you can find a goal ball here and there. That's not his game.
That's not his game. Nah, that's not his game. And that's okay. Like, people be trying to seem like you're hating on somebody by saying that's not his game. Like Michael Jordan rebounding in the middle like a center, that's not his game. Like, it's okay. Can he rebound? Heck yeah, Michael Jordan can rebound. But is he playing center? No.
Yeah. So we talk about guys taking the top off of defense. We talk like Tyreek Hill. Oh, what we just say, Deshaun Jackson. Like, that's the kind of deep threat we're talking about. And that's not who Amari Cooper is. Like, he can hit a goal ball every now and again when he catches a player flat-footed. But he did run a 4.4 coming in, but it's not predominantly his game. Like, Amari Cooper made his name as a route runner. He can run the entire route tree, get open, create his own separation off the line of scrimmage with his footwork. Like, that is Amari Cooper. Like, Brandin Cooks, while he is also a good route runner, like, he has 4.3 home run speed. He could turn a slant route into a touchdown, right? So that's the kind of speed we're talking about we were missing from this offense.
Yeah, because the only person just off of just pure speed, you didn't have nobody that could do that. You know what I'm saying? And Amari Cooper, you get him, you on the 20. But I will say this though, I remember the Tampa Bay game. Dak Prescott was on the goddamn 3-yard line, 4-yard line. And Amari Cooper he bailed us out, man. Amari Cooper was a dog, man. But that's neither here or there, man. I think this is the best upgrade. This is one of the better upgrades, and it still allows you to do something in the draft. I don't think the Cowboys were ever going to draft a wide receiver in the first round because it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're going to draft a wide receiver at 26, you might as well just go to the second round. You know what I'm saying? Because you're only 6 picks away from it. Instead of giving someone $18, $20 million. I think the Cowboys are positioning themselves to draft an offensive lineman again in the draft. And to be honest with you, I don't have a problem with that.
Hell
like
yeah, I do that in
they're
a heartbeat.
weaponing up right
JC
now.
Cowboy Network, what's up, man? No, that makes perfect sense though, because you know what? Because we all love Tyron Smith, but you know we can see like he only has like a handful of years left to be an NFL starting tackle, right? With the injuries piling up, getting older in age, like it seems like the passage of time is crazy. But he's been in the league for 13 years now. This is gonna be his 13th season. So you know you need to be looking for somebody to either take his spot, or if you really in your heart believe Tyler Smith is your future left tackle, then you need to be looking at somebody to take over the left guard spot. So like you definitely need to be looking at a offensive lineman to put on the left side, whether it's a left tackle or a left guard. You need one of them.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here.
So I did.
You can't. Man, can you hear me? I'm loud and clear.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you this too.
Loud and clear.
The Dallas Cowboys have made a cognitive decision to go cheap at the running back position. So in order for that to succeed, you have to have superior offensive line play. Because you got to get yourself back to the point where, because remember when we drafted Zeke, people were like, bro, why do you need Zeke? You can put anybody behind that offensive line. That's where we got to get back to. But see, when we drafted Zeke, I was like, yeah, but imagine having a superior running back behind a superior offensive line. That's Emmitt Smith, bro. And that's what Zeke would have been had the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys failed him by not keeping a good offensive line around him. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. But the Cowboys, you got to have, and I'm going to tell you this right here. If you want to be able to get the ball to Brandin Cooks, you're gonna have to give Dak more than 3 seconds, bro. Because it's going to take Brandin Cooks more than 3 seconds to get down the field. He run a 4.240. That means it takes him at least 4.2 seconds to run 40 yards. You feel me? So it's like,
that's true.
And think about this. That's not a 40 is not with a helmet and shoulder pads on. That's also not with a DB pressing you at the line of scrimmage, because he's going to be on a lot of press coverage. Either that or they're going to hang a safety over him, unless you're dumb or don't have YouTube. What that boy Takashi say? What, you dumb or you stupid? You know what I'm saying? What, you dumb or you stupid? Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna tell you something else. Like, I think I might just make a video on the Brandin Cook effect. Like, the Brandin Cook effect. I'm gonna tell you another Brandin Cook effect you're gonna get. CeeDee Lamb shit, man. CeeDee Lamb probably still gonna have about 1,400 yards, but this allows him to get more touchdowns because you got to think in the red zone. Now you have a legitimate threat. Now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, with Brandin Cook's speed, I ain't gonna lie. I do hope that, like, listen to me. Do not crucify me when I say this, but there are some times that I'm gonna want Mike McCarthy to have some Kellen Moore-ish mindset, because Mike McCarthy, his offensive mind, he got weapons now, bruh. So our offense does need to look. It needs to look old-fashioned in the fact that we're gonna run. But it needs to look new-fashioned in the fact that we got speed, bruh. I need to see Brandin Cooks and Turpin on the field at the same time, and on DBs looking like, bruh, they're not paying us enough for this. Like,
they need a little push, don't they?
Like that, like, you feel me? Like, that's what I need them to be. Like, I need to see Brandin Cooks motioning behind the line of scrimmage. Like, wait, time out. Wait, he's going where now? Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. If with a guy like Brandin Cooks, especially with him healthy, if Dak ever wants to know if the defense is in man coverage or zone, all he got to do is send Brandin Cooks on the opposite side of the formation. And I promise you, because of his speed, somebody's gonna move. And Dak just got to read it. If that safety moves, you know what time it is. You know what time it is, bruh. If that corner travel, you know what time it is. If nobody moves, then guess what? Y'all dummies is playing zone. Okay, then you got to test that stuff. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, our offense, it has to be like humbly arrogant. Like, we're gonna be humble, because we're going to just keep pounding your butt in the face. You feel me? But we're going to be arrogant because every time we pound you in your face, we're pounding you just to go up top. And that's what football is really supposed to be about. Like, we're supposed to be beating your brains out on the ground, and as soon as you be like, oh, my God, oh, you forgot you had corners? Oh, yeah, we're going to test them too. And guess what? We may not even connect on the deep pass, and that's okay. Because guess what? As long as I'm throwing it, you got to respect it. Because the one thing about the deep ball is two things. Chicks love the deep ball. And then second thing, bruh, you throw that thing, even if you don't connect on a deep ball, that safety is going to be like, woo! I was almost on Sports Center. I was almost on Sports Center. Thank you, Jesus. And guess what? He's going to lean that way for the rest of the night. And guess what? Now another thing, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is going to get single coverage now. You had to have a wide receiver at number 2 that was going to be good enough to make them get off CeeDee Lamb. Because CeeDee Lamb, I definitely believe, is a number 1 receiver because the NFL was double teaming him. And that's one of my major criteria on if I say you're a number 1 wide receiver. If teams don't feel they can have to double team you, you're not a number 1 receiver. I don't care what nobody says. And I'm gonna tell you this right here: the NFL's not even gonna pay you. Go ahead.
Nah, saying they were definitely rolling safeties over there to CeeDee Lamb, and numerous times last year. So, like, you're right. I definitely agree with you. Like, bringing Brandin Cooks, into this mix, allowing somebody. Listen, because of Brandin Cooks' speed, they're going to have to roll a safety over there. They are going to have to roll a safety over there. He has like almost a decade worth of film. I mean, look. Let them not, because there's a decade worth of film showing that he can hit you over the top. So he's a respected deep threat.
And that's what I'm saying. When they don't respect you, that's when you gotta be Jersey Shore on their butt, bruh. Absolutely arrogant, bruh. Talking about greasing the hair with black t-shirts on, bruh. Hell you mean, bruh? Like, that's when you gotta be arrogant. Like, what? Oh, okay, gotcha. Going up top, 60 yards. Oh, we ain't catch it, but guess what? And then guess what they do? Then they're going to move the safeties. Oh, damn. We got to move the safeties back. And as soon as they move the safeties, guess what we do? Go right back to running it. Bam, 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 bam. And what you do is you just keep the defense confused, bruh. Like, the thing about the Cowboys offense, I use this word, but we never perplexed the defense. Like, we never created confusion on the defense. Like, if you were a defense, you were playing the Cowboys, you were always out there pretty damn confident. You know what I'm saying? Because you've seen a lot of this stuff. And if they run the ball well, they're not even going to take the deep shots. Teams can't know that about your offense. We have to perplex defenses. Brandin Cooks allows you to perplex defenses as long as you take the opportunity. I'm going to tell you this right now. If the Dallas Cowboys run the ball well, or even listen to me, we ain't even got to run the ball well. If we can just run the ball as well as we did last year, because you got to the second round of the playoffs. If we can run the ball as well as we did last year, we have to take the shots that are going to be given. Because you got to think like this, bro. We didn't have Brandin Cooks last year, so we got to take those shots.
Right. And listen, you spoke about play action and motion and all those other things. Did you know that our offense was middle of the pack in all of those things? Like, we were below average in play action, we were below average in motion. Like, all these key things that other modern NFL offenses are doing, like, we were behind on that. So I think just with the absence of Kellen Moore, right? Because this offensive scheme that Schottenheimer's running, there will be a lot of play action. There will be a lot of motion. Like, there will be a lot of easy things to make the quarterback's life a lot more simpler. Like, I don't need him trying to decipher an option route and hoping that the wide receiver is reading it the same way as he's reading it or this other bull. Like, I need my quarterback to know where his receivers will be, release the ball with anticipation, and get the ball out. And that's the kind of offense we'll be running now. So I believe you. Like, I definitely agree with you 100% on the notion just having him out there on the field, having a guy with true speed, and also not running a offense that shorts the quarterback on play action opportunities. So that's a very valid point that you brought.
Hey, because listen to me, Man, go give me one of them crazy stats that you be pulling off the internet, bruh. Man, go tell these folks how good Dak is against the play action and against the blitz, bro. Like, this is the thing that be crazy, man. Like, y'all don't really even be understanding that, like, our quarterback is actually really good at this stuff. We went away from this stuff that he's actually really good at. Like, Dak is a dog at the blitz. He's a dog at that, bruh. Ain't nobody better at reading that. And that's why I be like, I get offended, bro. And I ain't gonna be on I ain't gonna get on my horse today. I ain't gonna get on it today. But that's why I be getting offended when they be saying stuff like that can't read quarterbacks and I can't read defenses, and I be taking that stuff low key like racial almost. I ain't gonna go there because it's Sunday, but I be taking that stuff racial sometimes, man.
I got a crazy one for you real quick.
Because let me finish. I'm like, bro, how you be number one against the blitz, but you can't read defenses, bro? That makes no sense. How are you reading the blitz then? Are you guessing? If he's that good at guessing, Dak should quit football and play the lottery. He has better odds, bro. He has way better odds, and you ain't got to get hit. Man, I'm going to the lottery. If Dak is guessing that many times and getting it right that many times, he should go play the lottery. All right, what was you saying?
No, you asked me to pull up one of those crazy stats. I have not found one for 2022, but in 2021, Dak Prescott threw 21 touchdowns against the blitz. No other quarterback that year threw more than 12.
And what do you do? And, bro, listen to me. A blitz means that they are what? That means they are coming for you, bruh. That means there is a single individual on an 11-man defense who has one assignment, and that is to hit you. That's it. He don't have nothing else, bruh. No other assignment. Nothing. That's why it's called a blitz. How can Dak not be good at reading defenses, bruh, if he's the best against actually seeing that? That doesn't make no sense, bruh. And think about this. Right. Dak didn't even Lamar Jackson, bro. He wasn't out there Lamar Jackson in it, like taking off. Bro, that dude was standing in the pocket and throwing the ball. Because remember, that was the same year he came back off his ACL injury, so we know he wasn't running the ball. So I ain't even going to have you pull up those stats, bro. You're not a Cowboys fan if you don't know Dak didn't run the ball in 2020. 2021, I mean. You're not a Cowboys fan. Like, I don't want to hear it. We all know he didn't run the ball. We all probably didn't want him to run the ball in 2021, to be honest with you.
Right. Real talk, though. So, yeah, like, it's a bad narrative around Dak Prescott. Like, it's hard to imagine. And what's even crazier, like, I always bring up this stat. Like, the man is top 10 in NFL history in completion percentage. Like, how the hell can you not read the defense and you're one of the most accurate quarterbacks in NFL history? Make that make sense. You're one of the most accurate quarterbacks ever. But now, go ahead, Kev. I wasn't trying to cut y'all.
Oh, no, you good. Hey, let me know how many people we got watching on YouTube.
Boy, you got like everybody named Mama.
Because I can't. I'm out here.
You got 1,100 folks watching your YouTube.
You got what?
You got. I'm sorry. I said 1,100. You got 116 folks. You got 116 folks watching your YouTube, and you got 98 folks on your Facebook.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, man. Hey, listen to me. We up here. I'm driving home from Las Vegas, giving y'all content. We got 200 and some people up here, dedicated Cowboy fans. That entire season, and look at that, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. If you're listening right now, you already doing better than what you did last year. So, good jobs and kudos on you for staying locked in. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's easy to get. Listen to me. It's some folks that be Cowboy fans and then all baseball fans in the world. I just be looking at them like, yeah, they coping. They be using baseball as their coping mechanism. Hey, I love it. I know it. I love it. I know somebody gonna jump in my inbox and swear to God that they the biggest base. And listen to me, don't do it. I love it too. But I'm just saying, I be seeing your face. You'd be rather watching some Cowboy football. Me too. Me too. I know. Me too. Hey, but man, how about them Hogs though, bro? I know that, right, boy.
Hey, shout out to them Razorbacks, man. You know, I'm an Arkansas native, man. Hey, them boys pulled it off. They beat the number one.
Arkansas, everybody in this car. Hey, well, not everybody in this car. Two people in this car is Arkansas. Well, native. How long you gotta live somewhere to be a native? Because we live. Okay, so yeah, because I was born there. We moved out to California when I was 7. I'm telling my personal business now.
Hey. So you off the top, native. Johnny Herrera, what's up? Hoodlum, Double R, JC Cowboy Network, Matt Batten.
Hey, what did Uncle Elroy say? Uncle Elroy said, when I got a little bit of money, I know I told you I wasn't gonna move out the hood. But when I got a little money, I got about the hood.
Real talk.
Uncle Elroy, go ahead, my bad.
Nah, you good, man. I'm just showing some love to the folks showing love to me. DC for life, my boy. I see it. Tell me Montoya. Everybody over here showing love. Stephen White, Darren. Just shout outs to y'all, man. Joe Tranchina. Let's see. What boy was in
Hey,
here?
man, you be saying his name. You be saying his name different, man. I've been saying it Tranchina for the longest. I feel like you might be saying it right. It's crazy.
Ain't no telling. Like it's hard to know, man. Like everybody spell their name differently.
Yeah, but I think your job requires you to say names correctly, so I think you might be actually saying it correctly. But yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There are some Cowboy fans that are still upset about the 49er game, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. Good job, man. Like I'm still upset about it too. But also, you gotta. I'm not saying put faith in the Joneses. I'm not saying trust the process. But what I'm saying is you can trust their work up to now. Their work up to now has been indicative of a team that wants to go 13 wins and win 3 games in the playoffs. Because you guys got to remember, man, in 2021, 12 wins got you the first overall seed in the playoffs. In 2022, 12 wins got you the 5th seed in the playoffs. If we're doing math, 12 wins, you might not make the playoffs next year, bruh. And I'm going to tell you this right now. You know, the Eagles have lost players, but what we're doing right now, the Eagles do this, they do this every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's how they were able to get to 2 Super Bowls in 6 years. Now, I'm not giving them any kudos. I am simply stating facts. That's it. Doesn't make me an Eagles fan by no way. But that is a fact. You know what I'm saying? Now, Washington, they're a quarterback away. The Giants, they think Daniel Jones is better than Dak. Why? Because he makes more money than him. They're signing. Listen to me. 12 wins, it's not gonna be enough, bruh. It's not gonna be enough.
Nope. It ain't been enough the last 2
seasons.
It's
not gonna be bruh. And listen to me. Like I said, 12 wins won you the entire conference just 2 years ago. Them same 12 wins got your 5th. Listen to me. Think about this. Because you won 12 wins in 2021, you could have stayed at home the entire playoffs. Because you won 12 games in 2022, you had to go on the road 2 times in a row. Bro, we cannot afford to do that again, bro. And then I'm going to tell you this right now. The common Cowboy fan doesn't understand how hard it is to win on the road in the playoffs, let alone do it twice in a row.
No. Hey, listen, he's not saying 12 wins will not be enough to make the playoffs. That's not even the goal.
Oh, like, no. Time out. Let me clear myself up real quick because I'm here. I am saying that. I am actually saying that. So I don't want nobody. I'm listening to me. When the check engine light come on, you need to roll your car in there and see what's up. For all y'all fans that's not paying attention, that the NFL is getting better. Also, you got to think about it like this: the Chicago Bears, they got better this year. They're a team that didn't make the playoffs this year. They're trying to make the playoffs this year. Who else in that division? Minnesota made the playoffs. You got to remember, their division only sent one team. Teams can send multiple teams to the playoffs. 12 wins might not get us in. And we need to start thinking like that. Like, that's just real. And I'm going to tell you this right here. Worst case scenario, it puts us right back where we were this year. Playing on the road again. Bro, I don't want to do that, bro. Like, listen to me. As much as I talk that I think the defense play better on the road, nah, bruh. You know how you got to pay your kids to be good? That sounds good, but in the end of the day, that's not good, bro. They need to be good because they respect what you said and they reverence you as a parent. You feel me? So, bro, the Cowboys need to play good at home, bro. That's where you can't defend home. You can't defend nothing else, bro. And I'm going to tell you, I don't ever want to wish 2 playoff road games on my team ever in life. I don't want to, bro. To think that Dak got to do that twice, bro, he got to have at least one place where he can be a safe haven. He can rock out in front of the crowd. Because think about this. The Super Bowl ain't in Dallas this year anyway, so you're going to have to win on the road at some point in the playoffs. So think about this, bro. If we would have went to the Super Bowl, bro, we would have had to win damn near 4 playoff games on the road. Bro, that's something like, what? That is, if you write that on a piece of paper right now, not even the Chiefs, you would think, oh yeah, I think the Chiefs can do that. Bro, I don't even think, and think about this. We were trying to beat the number 2 seed and the number 1 seed in the playoffs at their house, bro. Right. Because San Francisco was the number 2, Philadelphia was the number 1. And then to go to the Super Bowl and play the number 1 overall seed again on the road. Bro, that's 4 different road games. Bro, that's asking too much, bro.
Hey,
you need to be at home.
Hey, real quick, y'all up here act like he's crazy. I want y'all to understand this. There have been multiple times. Hold up. And there have been multiple 11-5 teams that have actually missed the NFL playoffs because of seeding. So, like, it is actually possible with the extra game for a 12-5 team to miss the playoffs. What he said is not actually mathematically true. It is a possibility that a 12-5 team can miss the playoffs because of the extra game. Like, it's possible for a 12-5 team to miss the playoffs because an 11-5 team has missed the playoffs before. So it's actually possible.
And think about this, bro. You have teams that did not make the playoffs that are going to make a leap this year. And think about this. The Green Bay Packers are not good anymore. Like, they're probably going to be the worst team. They're going to probably be a 4-win team. The Bears play them twice. You feel me? That's a loss. That's a win that they'll probably get now. Detroit is going to be better this year. It's just not about our division.
Detroit was a tiebreaker away from making the playoffs.
Like, bro, these teams, I'm going to tell you this right now. These teams are seeing that the NFC is wide open right now. There's no Aaron Rodgers. There's no Tom Brady. Listen to me. Daddy, what they say, when mom's away, the mice play. You know what I'm saying? Grandpa has retired, bruh. All these, bruh. Why you think, bruh, all the old quarterbacks is gone, bruh. It's wide open. The NFC is wide open. That's why these teams are retooling. The NFC North or wherever Aaron Rodgers played, they like, bruh, finally he's gone. Now it actually makes sense to build him around this team. Mm-hmm. Like, shit, I'm going to tell you, Cowboy fans, if you're not going into this season as extreme as I am, why?
No,
why would you want to take a chance?
Hey, listen, and
think about this, Henny. Even if you make the playoffs, you can make the playoffs as a wild card. But, bro, you're on the road again. We want the easiest road to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Like, the Super Bowl's not in Dallas.
Hey, I want you to also know this real quick before you go. The 49ers had the 32nd schedule in the NFL, and the Eagles had the 31st. So the two teams that actually went to the NFC Championship game had the easiest road to get there. So all that stuff matters.
Back.
So, and listen, we actually did not win a division.
Hey, repeat that one more time, because you be saying stuff that's like pivotal, but you be saying it so fast and smart that I don't think it really simmer on them. Like, you gotta really like let it sit there, almost like it's burning. It's not burning. It's searing. You know what I'm saying? It's not burning the meat. It's searing the meat. It's knocking the flavor in. So say that one more time and just say it real slow, like you're talking to your lady. You feel me?
I got you, cuz. So peep this. So the San Francisco 49ers had the 32nd ranked schedule, right? Strength of schedule.
Worst. So they had the worst schedule, the easiest schedule. The easiest, the 32nd easiest. There's only 32 teams in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Counting the Shanghai Sharks, there's 33. You know, we send everybody to the Shanghai Sharks when they don't want to play the NFL no more. Go ahead. So they were 32nd.
Yeah, they were 32nd, and then the Eagles were 31st. So with that said, like all this stuff is actually going to matter. Like the strength of schedule, and the beautiful part about it, we did not win our division. So in theory, we will have a easier strength of schedule than we had this year. Now, this year, you got to think about it. We played and beat all those good playoff teams just to get bounced in the second round. Right? We actually did play a bunch of playoff teams. Yeah, but I'm talking about regular season. Like in regular season, like we played the Eagles twice, we played the Giants twice. Right, we played. Who else had a winning record? Minnesota, Cincinnati, like Jacksonville. Like
bro, I mean, it's amazing how many teams the Dallas Cowboys played this year that were actually in the playoffs, and we went 12-5.
Mm-hmm. And listen, you ain't got to even do that this year. You ain't got to do that this year. The Eagles were the one that messed around and won the division, so they're going to have the hardest strength of schedule. We're going to have
They'll have the schedule we had.
Exactly.
They'll have the schedule we had.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to literally switch. You know what I'm saying? They'll have with the schedule we had.
Joe Tranchina said the Eagles were playing high school team. Oh, hey, and we played Tampa Bay to start the season.
They're not going to get practice. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you the cool thing about the Eagles are, since nobody really cares about the Eagles, their games won't be as tough as ours. You want to know why? Because their games will be at like 10:30 in the morning when nobody cares. Our games were still at prime time, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, we were still Sunday night football, bruh. Like, yeah, the Eagles are still going to have a tougher schedule, but since nobody actually wants to watch them play, we'll be, like my mom said, we'll be at church when the Eagles are playing. Shout out to my pastor, Pastor Chuck, who always understands the Cowboys play at 125, you feel me, and get us out of there early. You feel me? You 12, 15, I feel you. Gotta love your pastor in football season. Let's go.
Indeed. Hey, shout out to my boy Dwayne Brown and Double R for tapping in with me, man. Appreciate the love and support. Leon L said we should sign B. Hankins and a few defensive tackles. I think we should too, because that is the only glaring weakness that I see in our defense. I see we got the pass rushers, we got the secondary, like hell. So, we need to shore up that run defense. I think we need another linebacker as well, but we definitely need to start up front because we do have undersized defensive tackles. So, Leon, I definitely agree with you on that one, bro.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna do a show on the it's gonna literally be called the Brandin Cooks effect, and then we also gonna have a show on the effect of Gilmore, because you should get an extra 3 to 4 sacks on having Gilmore out there, because you got to think how many times a guy like Michael was just this close, but at that split second, Kelvin Joseph let up, or he didn't make the right play. You feel me? Like, I remember on the deep pass that he gave up on the touchdown, Sam Williams was damn near close to getting him. You just needed a corner to hold up for one more second. Because guess what? If he can hold up for one more second, he might not even throw the ball that way. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Any of these young quarterbacks, oh yeah, they didn't play Stephon, former defensive player of the year, on their head. Now, the quarterbacks, they may not give a damn. The quarterbacks, they for sure gonna care. Like that for sure. And think about this.
Hey, Dwayne Brown, I appreciate you for the $10 donation, brother.
Yeah, hey, Dwayne, man, hold up. Because let me tell you, Dwayne Brown, one of them faithful givers. Oh, you know what? Shout out to my boy Dwayne Brown. Shout out to my boy for hitting me with the Cash App. Hey, D Brown, appreciate you, sir. You so consistent, man. You Mr. Consistent. I appreciate you, sir. Hit me with the $10 Cash App.
Hey, man. Hey, these things, hey. I'll tell you another team that's doing things that's trying to improve in the NFC, man. The Panthers. Because the Panthers just went out and they fixed their offensive line. Now they just signed Adam Thielen.
Oh my God, white boy, man.
Yeah, they signed that cool white boy, man.
Man, come on, man. You know that one white
Adam
kid.
Thielen a dog, though.
You know that one white kid in the hood that be in all the family pictures, man. They be like, "Who is that white kid?" Oh man, you know they, yeah, man, that's Adam, bruh.
Yeah, you know that's Uncle Adam, man. Okay, you hear me, kinfolk? You still there? I think he's going through a little service spot. We're gonna hold it down. There you go. I hear him somewhere. Hello.
I'm here. Service. I'm talking. Definitely gonna cancel my show for today. Can you hear me?
You breaking up bad, kinfolk.
I will keep chopping when I get better service.
Now,
when I get better service, I got you. Here we go.
I thought we lost you there for a second.
It's all good.
No, you good right now, kinfolk. Okay. It's a bet. It's a bet, cuz.
I think a couple seconds behind me. But hey, what I'm gonna say is just go ahead and finish your point, and then when I get better service, I'll chime in. I still got a chance to drive.
All right, it's a bet.
I'm gonna stay on the line though. Go ahead.
I bet.
I'm gonna stay on the line if you want me, because my service going in. There we go.
All right.
But go ahead and finish your point. What you were saying.
Okay, cool. Stay on the line, man. But yeah, listen, me and landlord, we did them shows, like, we liked Adam Thielen. Like, he was getting open. Even when he wasn't getting the ball, he was still getting open. And it just was one of the effects of playing on the opposite side of somebody like Justin Jefferson. Like, yeah, he's getting open, but Justin Jefferson is getting more open, right? So, like, the ball gonna go to the younger, more dynamic receiver. But Adam Thielen was winning at the line of scrimmage. He was getting open. He was winning on his releases. Like, Adam Thielen was putting in work last year. I know he did not have the gaudy numbers, but again, like, he is still a guy that would have been an upgrade over Noah Brown. He came in there, produced.
How much they give him?
So, I gotta go look. Let me take a look.
Man, they gonna say like $5 million, bro. If they say $5 million, y'all gotta remember, bro. Like, listen to me. It ain't Michael Gallow's fault that the Cowboys gave him a contract that he didn't deserve. That's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? Because that's in life. In life, you're supposed to look for come ups. So I'm not knocking him. I'm not knock Jerry for not knowing.
Let me see. What is Adam Thielen's new contract?
Something affordable. Who the quarterback though?
Oh, they got number one. They got number one pick.
Oh.
So whoever they want it to be, they can pair him up with Bryce Young. They can pair him up with C.J. Stroud. They can pair him up with the boy from Florida. They got options.
They traded up to get that pick too, right?
Yeah, that's why DJ Moore isn't there. But they're filling out their roster with younger guys now.
I mean, Adam Thielen is a great wide receiver for a young quarterback because he's going to be everywhere he's supposed to be. They're getting a quarterback at round one. But how much did he get paid?
Yep, and when you look at the depth of most of his targets, I know what I'm trying to find right now. I love trying to find the numbers, but when they first release it, it's a whole bunch of talk. Let's see. Let me see. I'm looking in here.
They may not have enough.
Maybe not, but we'll see.
What?
He said, would you trade Anthony Brown? He said, would you trade Anthony Brown in a second for D-Hop? Anthony Brown is a free agent.
Trade him. You can't trade anybody that doesn't have a current contract.
And
I'm gonna tell you guys a rule of thumb. Whenever you want to trade a player, if you don't want the player, nobody else does. There goes my rule of thumb. People only trade players that people want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, trying to sell me a car that you don't even want. Like, no, I don't want it. Like, It'd be so funny. They'd be like, "What if I traded you my old pair of shoes?" Well, bruh, do you want your old pair of shoes? No. Then why would I want them? So that's how you got to look at it with a trade. If it's a player that you don't want, nobody else wants.
So true.
You know what I'm saying? But I think the Dallas Cowboys should be excited, bro, because more importantly, the Cowboys are trying to put themselves in a position where they don't have to depend on anything in the draft, and that's what you're supposed to be doing in the first place.
Man, real talk. And listen, hey, that's really why I like the Brandin Cooks trade. That's why I like the Stephon Gilmore trade. It allows you to go BPA in the draft. Like that's all you want to do. Like the best guy in the draft, you need to be able to bring him in if he's there, because you ain't got no holes to fill. You just need to be getting the best player available to improve your team.
Yeah, and think about this.
Like you don't need to be putting the weight of the world on your shoulders.
So think about this. And everybody always like to say the Cowboys draft so well. They draft so well. Well, damn, if they draft well, that's even better then, right? Because guess what? You still going to draft well.
Exactly.
So imagine the Cowboys kill free agency and they draft well. That's what I tell you, like, bro, that's going to be scary for the NFL, bro. Like, it's going to be scary. Like, imagine the Cowboys adding, like, bro, like these type of moves right here are the difference between you beating San Francisco 49ers. I will tell you this right now. If you have Brandin Cooks on that team from last year and Stephon Gilmore, bro, we're beating the 49ers, bro. You're beating the 49ers.
Real talk, though. It was CD Lamb or Bush in the playoff game.
Dalton Schultz, he went off for enough. That might put out that game. But yeah.
Man.
Go ahead.
Real talk. Nah, for real, but like it was CD Lamb or Buck in that playoff game. Imagine if you had somebody like Brandin Cooks running wide open down the field, or beating the guys for a slant that he could turn to a touchdown. Like it would have been beautiful. It would have been perfect.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, you got blessed in the playoffs because for the most part, you had good weather, man. But it's like you gotta, that's why the Cowboys, you got the dome. Like you have the ability to play in when there's weather outside. That's why just securing home field advantage has to be the key, bro. That has to be the key. I think the Cowboys were 7-1 at home last year. We only lost one game at home, and I think that was the Tampa Bay game.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do remember that.
You know what I'm saying? That was week 1. You know what I'm saying? So Cowboys have definitely done better at protecting the house. Now we just gotta, solidify that. But we gotta make sure we get our goal. We have to be going in to make a team that's able to get that number 1 overall seed. We need that number 1 overall seed. We gotta get a game at home, and we cannot be trying to play four playoff games to win no Super Bowl. That's ridiculous, bro.
No, you can't.
4 games, bro. We had to go on a 4-game win streak. 4-game win streak, bro.
Look, the Eagles. Listen, all the Eagles had to do was beat the damn Giants at home, and then all they had to do was beat the 49ers with their third-string quarterback. Fourth-string quarterback, really?
At home.
Yeah, it was their third-string quarterback at home. So it's different. It's different. It's different. So we should not have to jump through hoops to try to win a Super Bowl. Like everybody else that is going are not playing 100 games. They're not doing this and that. They're not beating the best team in the world, playing the best schedule in the world. Like, no, it's not really how that's happened. Outside of the Kansas City Chiefs, because they win their division every year.
But guess what?
Outside of the Chiefs.
But guess what?
The
Chiefs just do
like
what
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are like the modern day Patriots, bro. They win their division every year, and that guarantees them a home playoff game. And they only got to win 3 at best games. If they're the number 1 seed, they got to win 2 to get to the Super Bowl. Like,
yep. Big Flock said I was right. It was the first-string quarterback to finish the game. But yeah, that is true. That is true, man. But yeah, the beautiful thing about it though, man, like we have the perfect scenario to try and do what the Eagles did last year. Like we're building a very good roster before the damn draft starts, right? Because remember, the Eagles drafted real good. Like they got somebody in Jordan Davis that we wanted because we saw his potential as a defensive tackle. He was able to be a red shirt player. He really did not play this year. Same thing with Nakobe Dean, who was a linebacker that we looked at in the draft. Like he didn't even play this year. So like they were able to have everything in place, before the draft started. So all they had to do was get the best player, there in the draft. So like I think we can do the same thing this year, just because we were proactive and not reactive in getting players onto the roster.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. For all the people that keep on saying Dak needs to improve on his accuracy and his timing, give me a drill that he can use. Put it in the comment box. Because if you know quarterback play well enough to identify that he needs to improve on his timing and accuracy, I think you would know a drill that he can use. So put it in the comment box. What type of drill can Dak use?
Right.
And then I want to know what type of
Cuz breaking up. But yeah, we can't hear him right now. But until he comes back, I'm also gonna say this. Like, how can you tell a quarterback that's tied he's alone at eighth all time in completion percentage, that he needs to improve his accuracy? Like, there's only 7 quarterbacks ever who had a higher completion percentage than Dak Prescott so far into his career. So you really can't sit there and say that Dak Prescott needs to improve his accuracy. Like, he needs to play better at spots. Like, you can say that because we haven't won Super Bowl with Dak yet. But you cannot sit here and say that he's inaccurate. That's not mathematically true. Like, he's very accurate when you look at math. Right? Numbers, like, we can go by our hearts and feelings. We watch 17 plus games of Dak Prescott compared to watching quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and them, like a couple primetime games. We see Tom Brady a couple primetime games, so on and so forth. But like Dak Prescott, if you look at his overall numbers, like he has top level accuracy. So we're not gonna just go there too. West Coast, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Good. All right. So I said what I had to say about that. You go ahead.
No, I was just saying that for the people that saying that Dak needs to improve on his accuracy and his timing, I mean, I want those people to put some drills in the comment box that he can use. Some NFL level drills that Dak can use to improve on his timing, because I be hearing all these quarterback whisperers and quarterback gurus, but nobody and who can easily identify the stuff that Dak needs to improve on, but never on how he can fix it. And then while you're at it, what type of drill can Dak work on that will help when he throws the ball to his wide receivers to prevent them from popping it up in the air and the DB catching it? What type of drill can he use for that? Because that happened 7 times.
Right. Yep. And listen, that's going to be taken care of just by the damn by the scheme. Now that the scheme is fixed, we won't have too much of that anymore. There will be no option routes. We got better pass catchers, so we'll be fine, man. But hey, I am finna wrap this up though, man. I'm finna go back, spend some more time with the family.
Yes,
so I appreciate you for taking time out of your trip to call me, chop it up with us over here at the liquor store. Please let everybody know where they can reach you at, Wes.
West Coast Cowboy, anywhere on the internet. I've been West Coast Cowboy.
Already, man. Yeah, and hey, me and Wes are going to the draft along with Landlord. So anything that y'all do, donate in between now and then will be used for that purpose. So please hit the cash apps, send the super chats, do everything in your power. We will go out there and represent y'all. Right? We don't work for these big networks. We work for y'all. So the more you support, the more content we'll do, the more often you'll see us. And we appreciate y'all for everything, man. So hey, salute to y'all.